Signs about today's planned controlled burn at Bastrop State Park are still up as a fire rages in the background. And tonight, hundreds of firefighters from across the state are trying to get it under control.
Bastrop County officials say the Rolling Pines fire burned roughly 630 acres thus far. Right now, about 10% contained, which is where it was about 4 hours ago. Here's a look at where the fire is located. Officials shut off power in the area to try to prevent the fire from getting worse and to help keep firefighters safe there. They also asked about 250 families to evacuate their homes. Some now have been able to return to their homes tonight. The Texas Parks and Wildlife Department started a prescribed burn for 150 acres this morning, but that got out of control.
Officials say they believe the proper weather parameters were in place to do a prescribed burn. No one's been hurt, and the fire hasn't burned any occupied structures. Here's a live look at the scene tonight where you can see first responders are still out there fighting that fire. Working throughout the night tonight, no doubt. KVUE's Mike Marute spoke with some of those who had to leave their homes earlier today.
This is the evacuation lot every time.
Terry's Corner basically turned into a town center. Neighbors talking about the Rolling Pines fire, almost all of them evacuees.
We couldn't get nothing out, like you have to leave now.
Later on, he said, I'll come back and tell you if you have to evacuate, and they did that. So we packed up stuff and left.
Some neighbors left with nothing.
We actually don't even know how our house is, so that's the desperate part about it.
Some neighbors left with what they needed.
Have a plan for all my documentation that is all set up, but we just pick it up and go.
And others just took what they could carry.
I grabbed what pictures I could and a bag of clothes.
But at this corner, where fire resources were loading up, filling up, and rolling through, neighbors were looking for what they didn't have: information.
We're so nervous. We don't know what to do. You know, we're just sitting here in our car, just waiting. No one tells you anything. You know, the police officers just get here and no one knows anything.
So while they wait, these neighbors are glued to their phones, hoping they can go home soon and that their home will be there.
Well, all of our neighbors are here. She's one of my neighbors, my other neighbors over here.
I want to get back to my house because I've got 4 freezers full of meat. I want to get some generators on them, and I can't get to them now, so that's the reason why I come back.
And that was KVUE's Mike Marute reporting. Bastrop County's Office of Emergency Management posted an updated evacuation map earlier this evening, allowing some neighbors to go home.
But some will have to find somewhere else to go, at least tonight, whether that's an evacuation shelter, a friend's home, or a family member's home, maybe even a local hotel tonight.
Officials turned the Elgin Recreational Center into a shelter for fire evacuees today. We don't know how many people are staying there tonight, but there are cots and other resources for those who need them.